Colonial immigration took place at the end of the 17th century and the beginning of the 18th century. During colonial immigration, immigrants came from Sweden, Germany, Switzerland, Scotland, and Ireland to America to escape drought, famine, persecution, and economic recession in Europe. These immigrants migrated to the British settlements of Virginia, Maryland, the Carolinas, Jamaica, and Barbados. The demand for labor was high because of the high death rate, and this led to the import of indentured servants and slaves. Colonial immigration is important because it led to these immigrants creating a new identity for America.
Old immigration took place during the first half of the 19th century. Immigrants came from Western Europe to America to escape political unrest and turmoil, gain religious freedom, and improve their lives economically. Anti-immigrant feelings first began to surface during this wave of immigration. However, old immigration has a great impact on America. These immigrants built the foundation that shaped America with their ideas, skills, and culture.
New immigration took place during the period directly following the Civil War and extending up until the 1920s. Immigrants came to America from Southern and Eastern Europe, Italy, Poland, Greece, along with Japan and China. The new immigration period was difficult because immigrants faced political corruption from the American government. There was a lot of discrimination against the immigrants in America, which led to neighborhood distinctions like Chinatown and Little Italy. Labor unions feared the immigrants would steal their jobs, and the Chinese became excluded from immigrating.
Nativism occurred during the 19th century. The term nativism refers to white, native-born Protestant Americans and their hostility towards European immigrants. Many of the immigrants were Roman Catholic, and the Protestants had many anti-Catholic sentiments. The Protestants were angry with immigrants for causing them to lose jobs, increasing crime, and public drunkenness because it went against their Protestant values.
The Know Nothing Party was also known as the American Party, and they were opposed to immigrants coming to America. The Know Nothing Party was run by secret organizations and were sworn to keep immigrants from coming to America. When members were asked about this group, they said that they knew nothing. Abraham Lincoln publicly denounced the Know Nothing Party because it did not treat all men as equal.
The Chinese Exclusion Act was approved on May 6, 1882, and was the first law restricting immigration to the United States. The Chinese Exclusion Act required Chinese non-laborers who wanted entry into America to obtain certification from the Chinese government that they were qualified to immigrate. However, the Chinese found it very difficult to achieve this certification, and this resulted in very few Chinese people being able to immigrate into America in 1882.
In 1924, Congress passed an immigration law restricting Southern and Eastern Europeans from immigrating to the United States, along with Asians and non-whites. The government would determine how many people of each nationality were planning to immigrate to the United States, and then they would allow 2% of those people into the country. The National Origins Act majorly lowered the immigration numbers from 358,000 to 164,000. These acts were eventually abolished in the 1960s.
The term melting pot refers to the idea that societies formed by immigrant cultures, religions, and ethnic groups will produce new social and cultural forms.
Assimilation is the process where individuals from different ethnic groups are absorbed into the popular culture of society. In assimilation, these ethnic groups become socially indistinguishable from the rest of society.
Unlike the melting pot theory, the salable theory states that different cultures bring their own perspectives and cultures, and these different cultures make up an entire identity. Every distinctive culture or belief is considered to be one of the tastes or ingredients that contributes to forming the whole. Therefore, its original shape and characteristics are maintained.